Hey guys, Mr. Lopez here with today's Just Devotional. Today we're talking about this thing that I saw out there today. It's called Instagram. I don't know if all you have heard about it. Maybe you've heard about this thing called Facebook, but I keep seeing these things coming up. So I was doing a couple of posts of myself on this thing. This morning I was on there and I saw all of the incredible places that some of you guys have been. Some of the most exotic vacations ever taken. People having more fun than anyone has ever had before. You know who you are. You're that person who puts a filter on every photo that you take to make yourself look soft and beautiful. The girl, or maybe even the guy, that takes a photo and changes the color of their eyes and makes them blue and big. Oh, how amazing you look. Maybe you take 30 photos of yourself a day in the one place that you've gone since lockdown. But life is grand on Instagram. Facebook, your life is amazing. And why do we do these things? We have to ask ourselves, does the Bible say anything about these things? Well, let's go over to James and see something in there. James 1:23 and 24. James 1:23 and 24 say, "For if any be a hearer of the word, and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass. For he beholdeth himself, and goeth his way, and straightway forgetteth what manner of man he was." This is that person that is self-deceiving. They deceive themselves into believing the things that they think they are. They do the one thing at the church. They read their Bible one time this week, and they want to believe that that makes them the best Christian that has ever walked the face of the earth. Oh, they'll tell you about it. They'll remind you that they did it. They'll give you 17 examples about the one time and make it sound like it's bigger than it was. And you know what it is? It's fake news. The Bible calls them out on it. It says that they deceive themselves, that they walk away and they forget what manner of man that they are. They forget what they really truly are. And in some cases, it's not a matter of forgetting, but rather making yourself and others believe what you want them to believe. So Instagram and Facebook, sometimes I see all the great things that are out there and I'm so happy for these people. But there's something wrong. Listen, if you have to try to make people believe that your life is great with all of the photos, maybe it's time that you shut down your social media. Now, I'm not against it because I love to see the things that go on in people's lives. But please, try to be real with yourself. And it goes beyond just what you post on social media. God has more to say about this kind of self-deceiving, this self-grandizing type attitude that's prevalent in our society today. Turn over to 1 John 8 and verse 10. 1 John 1, 8 through 10. 1 John 1, 8 through 10 say, "If we say that we have no sin, we deceive ourselves, and the truth is not in us. If we confess our sins, he is faithful and just to forgive us our sins and to cleanse us from all unrighteousness. If we say that we have not sinned, we make him a liar, and his word is not in us." This again is about that deception that we have. Sometimes we believe that the things that we want to do are not sin, that those things are okay to do. Posting something that's fake news on Instagram, that can be sin. It leads to a pride-filled nature. It leads to you self-exalting yourself, making yourself more than you ought to be, forgetting what manner of man you actually are. Be careful that these things don't happen in your life. These verses talk about sin and the things that are in our lives. Don't deceive yourself into thinking that there is no sin in your life when there is. Call it out for what it is. Make certain that when you pray to God and you ask forgiveness, you don't just say, Lord, forgive me for those things that I've done. Be specific about it. Call yourself out. Make it known to God that you truly are sorry for those things that you have done, that you have repented of them, and that you know that sin is sin. If it's that going online and looking at the wrong things, call it out as that. If it's having lustful thoughts, call it out as that. If it's not following God in the things He wants you to do, call it out as that. Today, guys, stop with the fake news. I don't want to see it. Guys, if it's about you making yourself out to be more than you are, we don't want to see it. Be real with yourself and with God and show people the things that are truly happening. All right, guys, have a great rest of the day. I'll see you on Instagram.